Yes. That was easy. Let's get it going. It's the Burn Barrel 7. Just think, we're only on 7.
Everything that I said I am, keep my shit tight, man. Motherfucking Hoover Dam. And I ain't cracking anytime soon. My mindset is fine to this world will be mine soon. Show down in high noon, sharp as a harpoon. Crash like a monsoon, style like a costume. I'm constantly
shout out Dirty Heads. Sloth's Revenge is the name of this song.
When I'm my shit, my friends are a high, yeah, I'm nice and I got them that way. We rose on parade, my bones for the weed, man. Higher than a pterodactyl, you can call me caveman. California raisin, hear me through the grapevine. Dirty baby days to give up, man, I'm feeling just fine. I be out in Vegas while your bitches just a state line. I ain't never stop until I find it.
We ain't gonna lay down, we ain't gonna nowhere. We can come together, try. Our blood is abundant, thicker than water, like Goonies never say die. Oh, those Goonies never say oh. Those Goonies never say die. It's the Burn Barrel 7. Goonies never say die. Know what I'm saying? We just don't do it. Welcome. Hopefully that was as awkward for you as it was for me. If you're watching it, it's different than if you're just listening to it. Goonies never say die. Remember that movie? That was good shit. I wish they'd bring that movie back. Like remake that one. You know? They're doing a lot of remakes these days. They're bringing a lot of stuff back. Anyways, welcome to the Burn Barrel 7. I am Average Joey. And we're going to go ahead and start with On This Day, the daily events. But like not the daily events of what's to happen, but of what's happened on this day. Let's get it started with the big deal, the big cheese, the big Lebowski, the one and only. Congress officially renames the country as the United States of America from the United Colonies. This is us today, September 9th. In 1776, we got our name. United States of America. The U.S. of A, baby. We are a melting pot of things. Jeez Louise, dude. The population back then was nothing. It was nothing. Registered anyways. I mean, obviously the population of the land was more with the Native Americans, the people that we, stole it from or whatever. There's only a couple million. Now there's 336 million. It's a lot of fucking people. It's a lot of people, man. United States of America. Formerly known as the United Colonies. On this day, 1776. Let's keep it rolling right along. Pretty sure there's nothing else. That's it, really. I mean, you got like Queen Elizabeth becomes great in Britain. Like in 2015, Queen Elizabeth became Great Britain's longest reigning monarch at 63 years. We all know that. I have an opinion on that with the Queen and everything. Cool lady. I've been to the Buckingham Palace. I actually been there and stood outside of there. We went to London when I was in the army. We went in 2002, I believe it was. And it was a good time, but I thought about it and I'm like, they protect her and stuff like that, but is she like in charge? You know what I'm saying? Like, is she in charge? Because I thought they had like a prime minister, like he was in charge. Like, does he have to like run shit by her? I don't know how any of that shit works. You know what I'm saying? I'm just dumb to it. But I feel like they're like the mafia, but like it's okay. Like whatever the queen says, like she's like off with his head, then it's just off with his head. you know. I have a weird thing going on. I don't know. 2015, she came the longest one of them. I don't even know. Is she still alive? She might be dead. Hell, I don't even know. She's probably still alive. That's how uninformed I am. Let's keep it moving. There's no more important history on this date. There are some birthdays, 2 of them specifically, that I want to give a big, huge shout out to. First and foremost, let's give a big shout out to Colonel Sanders, KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Finger licking Kentucky Fried Chicken. All up in your teeth. You need a toothpick to pickin'. You know what I'm talking about? All up in your teeth. Kentucky Fried Chicken. Happy birthday to the Colonel. Died in 1980, 3 years before I was born. But lived to be 90 years old, the Colonel did. That's cool. Happy birthday to Adam Sandler. I know he'll never hear this, but shout out to Adam Sandler. That motherfucker's the man. I like Adam Sandler because he's unique. I mean, we're all unique, our moms say or whatever, but like he's a unique dude. He's filthy rich, but he doesn't dress like it. I'm sure he does when he needs to, but he just takes it easy. He's always getting caught on camera in his gym shorts and his Bulldogs gear. I think he's a Bulldogs fan. He's a pretty cool dude. Gives a lot of money away. Makes great movies. Funny motherfucker. The comedy albums. Remember the comedy albums back in the day? Oh, fuck me in the cotes. Hey, I don't know why I have deja vu, but I feel like we were just talking about him on a previous podcast or something like that. But it's his birthday today. So happy birthday there, Mr. Deeds. Let me change your socks. And that's the events for this day. But we're going to move on to current things. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing with these podcasts, man. They're fucking a little bit weird. They get a little bit strange. You know what I'm saying? They're hard to listen to sometimes. Sometimes they're easy. Sometimes it's smooth. Sometimes it's effortless. Sometimes I write shit down and then I put it out there and I can look at it like a teleprompter kind of. Like I'll just little taglines. I'll hang a little paper up there and I'll be able to look at it, you know, and just kind of do it like that. Today I don't have anything other than an opinion. I have a couple opinions actually. The first opinion is, can we talk about the dude that like everybody's going nuts over? Like, forget about Afghanistan. Forget about everything that's, you know, horrible that's happening. Thank God, finally. Like, so let me back up. Like, thank you, Steve. Steve came out from Blue's Clues yesterday or the day before, I don't know, but he was like explaining why he left the show. I mean, I don't want to be a dick or anything like that. I mean, I'm a dick. Fuck it. And I'm not, you know, I don't want to, it is what it is. I didn't have a fucking Blue's Clue I didn't have a Blue's Clue who he was. Had no idea his name was Steve, had no idea about the show. I heard it once or twice, I think, but I mean, I had an idea about the show, so that was a lie, but I've heard about it, but I thought it was like, hell, I didn't even know it was as old as it is. I just remember it was like an older dude, like a kid's show with an older dude. And I'd be like, yeah, whatever. And then he had a dog, and they, you know, the blue dog, and which is a total ripoff of Clifford the Big Red Dog. I mean, come on. Bring that back. And I'm not hating on the guy. Not even a little bit. Apparently he's a good guy with a lot of success. But let's get down to the meat and the potatoes. Let's get down to the nitty grits. What's really going on up in here? What's got everybody captivated? Everybody's like, oh, wow, that's neat. Because he got on there and he was like surprised. He came on like a deadbeat dad. Like he's just like, hey, sorry, you know, I had some stuff going on, but here I am and I'm proud of you for what you've done. But he's like, yeah, I was like, I went to college. This is what he said. He says, like, I went to college. He's like, oh, all surprised. This is him. Sorry, let me back up. This is him. Oh, hey. Like, he's surprised to see us. Like we're like in front of him, like we came to him. No, you weird fuck. The conspiracy theory gods and all the people with money in the World Bank and all them guys sent you to us today to distract us from all the things that are really happening in the world. Because let me tell you how arbitrary this shit is. Homeboy's like, hey, remember that show that we used to do back in the day or whatever? Or remember that house? Or what? He was describing the show, and he was like, remember the dog? Remember we used to go to the mailbox? Like really creepy, like wearing a hat, glasses, and the same fucking shirt. Which is weird. Like I'll send you a Mullet Gang shirt. But he's like, so let's talk about that. Can we talk about that? And then I was like, what the fuck's he fixing to say? Like I thought he was fixing to be like, yeah, like Harvey Weinstein fucking touched me on my nuts or whatever. You know what I mean? I didn't know what, you know, I was like, this is gonna be good. Like this is headline news. And then he was just like, I went to college. I was like, what the fuck? You went to college? What do you mean you went to college? I mean, I'm glad it wasn't the Wienerstein thing and touching you on your nuts. But, I'm glad it was college. But what? And then he's like, but hey, enough about me. Let's talk about you. Like, I'm proud of you and for all you've done. Who the fuck's he talking to? I have horrible credit. Well, I actually don't now. I've worked my way out of it, but I got down. But actually, my credit's still kind of shitty. But nevertheless, he was like, let's talk about what you've done and all this stuff. And it made me think about my last 25 years. And I was like, Jesus Christ, 2 divorces. Went to the army, went to war, when I got in so much trouble. I've been in so much trouble since then. Broke up a bunch of different relationships for myself and other people. I've been successful in a lot of things. I mean, there is an upper side to it, but I was like, damn. You went to college? Are you like rubbing this in my fucking face, Steve? Are you trying to, what are you trying to do here, Steve? So then I did a little digging. I was like, who the freaking Blue's Clue is Steve? I looked him up and his name's Steve Burns. And he's an actor, very successful guy, musician, director, all the things. But back in the day, old Steve was like, hey, I want to leave I want to shave my head because he was going bald. He didn't want he left the show because he was suffering from male pattern baldness. And then he didn't want to go bald on a kid's show in front of him, is what he said. And then the producers and stuff were like, yeah, no, don't shave your head and all this stuff. So, that's why he left the show. Which in turn, he went to college with his spare time and all his money and stuff. But let's talk about what's real. Because number one, I don't give a fuck. That was mean. He doesn't care about me. He's not listening to me. And if he is, hey, brother, I'm proud of you in a sense. But also, why did they send you? Why are you here? Why did CNN or who sent you? Why are we talking about your arbitrary things? And then iCarly's coming back. iCarly's coming back. iCarly is 28 years old. Remember Sam? Sam's 29. How did I know this? I looked it up. I don't keep up with him like that, but I looked it up. Because I saw a trailer that was like iCarly is coming back. And it's like, it's like iCarly, but we're older. And if you don't remember iCarly, is like she was like a internet sensation. She filmed herself on the internet and put it out there on the interwebs, and they loved her show. She was a fan favorite in her fake life and in her real life. This was like a double whammy. And her brother was in charge, right? Do you remember that? Like her brother was in charge. There was no parents. I don't remember the actual storyline, so I'm uneducated there. But to bring it back, I mean, number one, she's fucking hot. I'll say it. She's 28. Fuck you. She's hot. I'm only 38. I just turned 38. I was 9 when she was born. She's H-O-T hot. She's really hot. And Sam's hot. She's 29, right? And I'm thinking to myself, like, you know, what's the point of bringing iCarly back? Because the dude, the brother, he was an idiot. You know, probably not in real life. Probably a good guy, but he was an idiot. No guidance. That show should have just been done. iCarly should have ended up pregnant, and in the streets. You know, raised by her brother, or no, better yet, a strong woman. Let's back up. It's just weird to me. They're like bringing it back. Like if it doesn't have bad credit, repos, like if she's not like pregnant by some baby daddy that she's not marrying, or she is married to that she's getting divorced from, and she's like she's about to step into her 30s and start that dating shit and when she's single. Like I'm sure that's the storyline. It has to be. Because she was raised by her brother. Uninterested is what I am. Uninterested. My 14-year-old daughter used to watch that, and I used to have to watch it with her. I hope in the new one they show her boobies, because she's old enough, plenty old enough. 28-year-old boobies are nice boobies. Everybody likes 28-year-old boobies. She's fucking hot. The Selena Gomez did it, right? Or was it the Gomez chick that did that? Or maybe that was somebody pasted the face on that one, I think. I don't remember. Anyways, we're digging in a hole here. Sam's hot, 29. Hopefully, a little baby. I mean, that's what happens when they become child actors to adults, is they go nuts and show their boobies and do crazy shit. Like, if you don't believe me, I don't even think she was a child actor, but she's very much, at least for one video. Let's look up Hannah. Or Montana. Hannah Montana. Don't look up Hannah Montana. We know the fuck that is. Look up Montana Fishburne. What? Super weird that I even told you about that, because I found that out through the interwebs too, but that's Lawrence Fishburne's daughter. Wow. I think about that, having daughters, and I was like, well, did he not beat the hell out of her enough? The hell? It happened. She turned into a dadgum. Just look it up. Probably doing pretty good now. I don't know. But the world is mad. And we got Steve from Blue's Clues is back. So there's, and iCarly. That's world peace. That's world peace. At its finest. I'll tell you this real quick before we move any further. We're going to take a little music break.
I keep it flowing now. I do the rain dance. Man, everybody loves me, call me Rain Man. Here I go. I be getting so high like I standing on my tippy toes. Spread my wings and fly, but I got 2 arms where my wings should go. Hungry as an animal, tearing down the devil's door. He's selling me a song for all the lyrics in my arsenal. Eyes red, lungs.
Sloth's Revenge by Dirty Heads. Remember that.
Throw it in a drowning pool. Airline style, cool, lyrics fresh, jet fuel. On this track, no looking back, I'm hippie like a hacky sack. Smoother than a Cadillac, leave MCs needing Medivac. Yeah, I lost my shit, but bitch, you know I got my passion back. Locked inside my temper trap, I'm laughing at y'all pussycats, cause I ain't never stopping till the top is what I'm looking at.
That's the only part I know. Okay, so let's talk about this. That was a little intermission for you to scratch your nuts, like I just did. So I want to bring this up real quick because it's on my brain. It gets on my fucking nerves, man. So my page monetization, after killing it last month and this month, just got monetization, like whatever the fuck it was, because I shared a community standards thing. It's a community standards thing. I shared the Thickless Cage one, like I talked about on the last podcast, which was fucking horseshit. But then I went and shared another video of my stand-up, and it was there needs to be role playing, like a safe word when you're role playing, and they flagged it. It's limited because, and they're still paying me on it, which is, I don't get. They still pay me on it. Like I've made like, let's see here. I've made like $26 on it. $26 on it I've made. And then they said no more because apparently it goes against their standards for bullying. But they're still going to leave it up and still let me get a little bit of money on it. That's weird to me. It's fucking weird to me. Yeah, first world problems, man. We're on to bigger, better things. We're on to bigger, better things. You know what I'm saying? We out here flexing. We're out here trying to make everybody think we're doing it. Flex online, struggle in behind. Flexing online and struggling in behind. That's where we're at with that one. Yeah. So moving right along, dude. Stop showing your dick too early in relationships. Like stop showing your dick too early in relationships. You know, people are like, what do you mean by that? And I'm like, well, like a lot of people are anxious to get out here and fuck. Like they're anxious to get out here and just get it in. Girls included, they're ready to get one, some of them. But so the analogy can go for the girls too, but think about this. Like you meet a chick or you meet a person and you're like, oh, I really like them. And you haven't had any in a while, or you're just a lustful person and you're like, well, and you start lusting over them and you're thinking all this shit or whatever, and then you take it there really fucking fast. Next thing you know, you're checking out the shit. You know, you want to see the titties, you want to see the dick, all the shit like that, right? So she sends you your titties, you send her the dick. She sends you her puss, you send her the dick again. It's an even trade-off. There's no doubt about that. But where do you go from there early on? You don't know anything about each other, like at all. But all of a sudden you're showing each other private parts. I am a lustful. I talk a lot of shit. I lust. I think about it all the time, but I try to keep my. I have, you know, seen some ladies, especially being single, but the more I step into the game, like the older I get, I guess, here, especially here these past 100 days or so, 120 days or so, it's just, I don't know, man. It's like, I'm not preaching from a soapbox. I mean, you do whatever you do, but like, don't show your dick too early. I've never really sent dick pics. If anything, I'd be like, you can catch it live. You know what I'm saying? Like when you can come holler at me. Show you live. We'll go live. But people do that though, and then they, in real life, show their privates to the other person, and then they have sex, and they really like the sex, but then they start finding out they hate things about each other. Then they get on down the road, and they're like, "Why? Why did it fail? Or why? Because you showed your dick too early. You gotta wait to show them your dick. What if your dick's too small?" And then they just already feel obligated, so they give you some anyway, and they already have plans of breaking up with you, but they don't know how because you're actually a nice guy. What if that's the case? You know? Think about that. Think about yourself. Protect your heart out here. Don't show your dick too early. Ladies, don't show your vagina too early. Yeah. I've talked to a few different women over the course of my time here, and the ones that I talk to that don't take it there are typically they're harder to get if you were to try to get them as a into a relationship. Typically they're doing their own thing, but like those chicks, they're not showing their tits and puss. Now, I'm not shaming you if you've ever done it. Again, I have done this. I'm just telling you, don't do it no more. That's how it is. Just write it off. Just write it off and stop doing it. You know, there's other ways around that. You can just talk to people, you know. It's one of them things. Sex it's great. It's great, but there's more to it all. Like if you want to have sex with like a really great chick or a person, whatever the fuck you're on. You know, like it's got to be like a feeling involved and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And you can have sex with chicks out there and all that stuff, but if you want to have sex with this chick more than once, like recurring and like call them your girlfriend or whatever, you're gonna have to ease into that and find things out and cater and nurture to things. You can't just get to throwing dick around and then acting all toxic, you know? Ladies, you can't get in there and throw that vagina around and then start acting all toxic. Stop that. Go through a little bit of time without it. See what you do. I've been the most lustful son of a bitch in the world. Just about my entire life. Until, like I said, it's about this past half the year. I exaggerated that number a little bit. But it's not longer than that. About 4 months. And do I feel better? Fuck no. But at the same time, I'm like, well, I'm not looking for anything either, though, right? You just got to kind of do your thing out there and float around. But the main thing is stop showing your dick too early. Where did all that come from? Well, two things. Having to counsel a couple of people throughout the past couple of months about shit, like, oh, where did it go wrong and stuff. And I'm like, where did you meet him? Online? Oh, yeah. Did you show him your dick picture? Yeah, I did. Oh, stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? They're showing their friends. They're storing that shit, and your dick looks weird probably. Everybody's dick looks weird. Only people with pretty dicks are in, like, videos. Your privates look weird. You know? I know I took a far left turn right there, but just stop making a move. You know what I'm saying? I sent a chick a DP one time, and it wasn't actually my pecker. It was, you know, I Googled pecker and then sent it to her. Just, you know, feel her out, see what she'd do. That way, later on, if she said something to somebody or whatever, but that's not my dick. Look, this is my dick, and I'd show my, you know, it wouldn't be the same dick, right? But she blocked me, and I mean, it might be because it was a black, you know, black wiener, but I was just like, hey, you know, see where she was at, you know, because if she would have been like, oh, like, haha, LOL, then I'd have known, but I'd have been like, yeah, like, that's not me, you know, like, if that's what you're into, you know, I'm sorry, but I'm working with a little canoe. I don't have a boat. But she blocked me, so it never got there. So, yeah, don't send DPs, and if you do, send a picture of somebody else's ding dong. You know what I'm saying? Just send a picture of somebody else's. If you're just trying to feel her out, because what's lost there? You can, like I said, just be like, it was not my dick. I didn't send that to her. I was hacked. Get real. Anyways, we're gonna wind it on down right there. That's the end of the podcast. Hopefully, I wasted your time well. Absolutely a psychopath. I know. I'm all over the place. I do appreciate you sticking with me though, if you did. And, yeah, I love you guys so much. And don't show your dick too early. And then don't send dick pics. And that's basically it. Burn Barrel 7. And we're out. I'm the Shark Yoramino. Jay Leno. I'm the hype man. South Central. Bye.